Hello, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. My name is Mary and today's video is going to be my October TBR. I should have told you that I loved you one more time. So usually if you've been around here you probably know I usually play a game to pick my TBR, but last year in the month of October I did this really fun project called 31 Books in 31 Days, and I'm going to attempt to recreate it this year. I was not successful when I did this last year, but this is my round 2.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Full disclosure, I don't think I'm going to be able to read 31 books in 31 days, especially because I'm going to school in person now, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. And the main purpose of this video and this project is to try to read as many of my own books as I possibly can. And I'm just treating this whole month like my own personal readathon. So the way I'm going to pick the books that I read this month, last time I just sort of mood read through all of my own books, but this time I want to do more of projects, I guess. So I have a couple of projects determined that I'm going to do, but also I want prompts from you guys. So I want you to tell me a prompt that you think I should try to fit with my own TBR. And if I can't fit something with my own TBR, I probably just won't do that. But I'm thinking of things just general prompts, read blue books for a week or something like that, which I could probably do. Or something have the last word in the book you just read be the first word in the book you're going to read next. Or be in the title of the book you're going to read next. I don't think that will actually always work. But there's also things where it's if you read a book was written by, Brandon Sanderson, maybe use the initial S to be the first letter of the next book that you read, or something like that. So that might be confusing, but that's sort of what I'm planning on trying to do with this. How I'm going to pick my first book that I'm going to start off October with is I'm going to randomize my shelves and then count the unread books on whichever shelf I get and randomize through those. There are some series that I own where I own I own the entirety of Darren Shaw. What is his name?
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
It's a YA fantasy series, middle grade YA, something like that. It was my boyfriend's favorite series growing up. We own all of those books. I've read none of them. And so if I land on the 10th one of that, I would have to read the whole series to start out with. I think that's how I'm going to do that. I think for some of the bigger series, so I have 3 Game of Thrones books and I don't even think I could read 2 of those in 1 month. I think it would just burn me out. So if I get the 3rd one of that series, I'll probably just end up trying to read the first one, but you sort of get the gist.
Yeah, I'm hearing this and I want to hear this.
So the way I'm starting it is with the top shelf, and I'll film whichever shelf I get. I'll film it while I randomly whatever. But I have the top shelf up there and then down. 3 shelves over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there of my tall shelves. If you haven't seen my book organization video or my bookshelf organization video, you don't need to watch it, but if you want to know what I'm talking about. And then I also have a Kindle, which would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So my Kindle is going to be my 13th shelf. And then I have some books that I have not hauled yet that are in our bedroom. And so I'll count that as my 14th shelf because I haven't read, I don't think, any of them. So, without further ado, I'm going to use my laptop. Can you see it? Yeah. So we're going to randomly generate 1 through 14. Ooh. Ready? 4, right? Okay, so that is a shelf behind me. Let me see. So 1, 2, 3, that's a shelf, which you can actually see. This is actually kind of perfect. So there are 6 books on this shelf that I have not read yet. So I'm going to do 1 through 6 in my random number generator. Ooh, I hate that the ring light is reflecting on this. Okay. 5. So that is, we have Lord Loss, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy. The Lovely Bones. So the book that I randomly selected from my shelves to start off my reading for the month of October is The Lovely Bones by Alice Siebold. I tried to read this. This is like one of those books that I have started before, but never finished. I tried to read this when I think so my sister was still living at home and was in high school, which means that I was at most 11, right? So I tried to read this, and my sister, who had read it, was like, no, you're way too young to read that book. And it's about, I think it's a little girl. I think she's like in junior high. She's sexually assaulted and murdered by, I think you know who it is the whole time, but I don't know if it's a spoiler. I know who it is. Let me see if it's a spoiler. Hold on. So I've seen the film of this as well. I don't remember all of it, but I've definitely seen the movie. I think it has, Saoirse Ronan? I think she's in it. But anyways, it's about a young girl, Susie Salmon, who gets murdered. And in the book, I think it's very different from the movie because she's like looking down on her family from heaven and sort of seeing what's happening in their lives, but she's also sort of living her own life and doing her own thing. Or living her life. She's also like exploring heaven, and I think that's a much bigger thing in the book than it was in the movie, because in the movie I think it's mostly about solving her murder, or the mystery of like who murdered her and what happened to her. So I think they are very different, but I'm really excited to read this because, again, I've been wanting to read it for, if I tried to read it when I was 11, 14 years. Yeah. I can't wait to read this. So this will be the book that I first start out with, The Lovely Bones. And then once I read it, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do like weekly vlogs like I did last year, where I just vlog for the week and then I would show you how I picked the next book in each of those vlogs. Or if I want to do like shorts where I use a different prompt each time and show you what I read next. So I guess let me know if you have a preference for that. Short sounds kind of fun because I've never done a short before, but I haven't decided. But yeah, this is my October reading project this year. Hopefully I can get closer to 31. I think last year I got 16, which is a fair amount, but it's not quite where I want to be to get down my physical TBR because, as we all know, I have a lot more books than I've read. And it's kind of problematic, especially because every month I end up going to the library for like 60% of what I read. Hello, so as you can probably tell by my appearance being different than what you were just watching, it's a few days later, but I somehow managed to forget to talk about the other books that I have to read in October while I was filming this, and the whole point of it is kind of to be an October TBR video, so I just wanted to quickly run through those. I am buddy reading Scythe by Neil Shusterman with Hugo at Scientist's Reading World. I will have his channel and all of his information linked down below, but this we will be buddy reading throughout the entire month of October, so I will be reading this month. I'm also hoping to read Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson because I'm trying to read one book from the Mistborn series each month, or rather one book from the Cosmere each month until I finish it. I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to go too far into it. The other thing that I have to read is Northanger Abbey because I am the host, I guess, of the Jane Austen Book Club for 2021. Every month, or every other month since February, we've been reading one book written by Jane Austen in publication date order, and the month of October's pick is Northanger Abbey. And if you would like to join us, feel free. I will leave the information for that linked down below as well in case you are curious about it. But that is it. We're going to flash back to past Mary, and she will do the outro for this video. That's that. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you would like to, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel because I do post 2 videos every single week. And do not forget to leave below in the comments suggestions for how I should pick my next read. Or if you just have a recommendation and you know that I own it, suggest it. I would love your suggestions. That is it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
I should have told you that I loved you.